tomorrow morning.
That was a bit heavy going, wasn't it?
Drop in on me.
You look like one of those cracky dudes.
Too big for him.
This episode is presented by Destination New South Wales. Previously on Rivals, some of Australia's most recognisable tour talent from yesteryear has done battle in conditions ranging from the good to the bad and the downright ugly. This week, Danny Wills picks apart the point breaks of Byron Bay.
Little HZ wagon, mate. 79 model. Beautiful old Kingswood. I need a bit of juice in that carby, to get it fire up.
Good morning, listeners. I'm David Jones here on 91.3 Bay FM. First up on the show, I'd like to welcome home and congratulate Danny Wills for his outstanding efforts on last year's World Championship Tour.
Far from the drum circles and crystal healing sessions of Byron Bay, Rivals' next competitor remains a Northern Rivers icon.
My name's Danny Wills. I'm 44 and I was a professional for about 15 years. Been retired now for 10.
The power surfer's power surfer, this pint-sized pocket rocket pushed Slater to the brink in '98 and remains one of Australian surfing's most adored figures.
Chucky Doll, Willsy. I remember just going, wow, I want to be like Danny Wills. I remember that early days. So I've been fond of Willsy for a long, long time.
Willsy was a huge idol to us all. One of Australia's greatest surfers of all time, and still is today. He's still fit as a fiddle and ripping, and hopefully he has a great little session down there and we get to see some old Willsy turns.
One half of the iconic duo that pushed Slater to the brink in 1998 alongside the Ginger Ninja Mick Campbell, Willsy can claim responsibility for a large part of Australian surfing's renaissance in the post-Slater era.
I've seen some funny shit. On the first year or two I was travelling around, but seeing that and then going, all right, well that's what I don't want to do, so I've worked so hard to get here. The last thing I'm going to do is go and ruin that.
Him and Cambo were so dominating in the sport at the time. Just before we were qualifying was when Willsy was going for titles, that 98 year, 99.
There was a year there where we challenged Kelly for the title, which was great, and I think we bounced off each other a lot throughout that entire year. We both competed really, really well. We got strong, we got mentally strong. We were there for a reason, for purpose. Took a few years, I think, to catch on, but I believe that after that, people started to see surfing as becoming a little bit more professional. It's unreal the way that it's gone, Fanning, for instance, I think he took it to a whole nother level as well.
After 12 years on tour, 3 top 10 finishes and 1 near miss at a world title, Willsy called it a day. Many said he retired too early, but for Danny, it already felt like a lifetime.
I grew up on tour, so I was pretty young, really early 20s. With a wife and a child, and then a second child, and then we travelled the world for 10 years together. I raised my kids around the world. We did everything together, and quite an unbelievable experience. I knew when I didn't get the shits after I'd lost a heat, I was like, there's something wrong. So I was ready. I was definitely ready when it was time.
With the backing of his longtime sponsor Quicksilver, Willsy cashed in his contest jersey for a job behind the till at his local Quicksilver surf store.
Oh, back to work. Just give us a buzz, I'll open it up for you if you want. Oh, far out. That transition is so hard. I think it's just the fact that you've been just so fortunate to have this amazing life, and then that has to stop. And then you're like, what am I going to do? And I know nothing else other than surfing. So I was really lucky. I had a shop to walk into, but it's tough, man. All right, man, when you're ready, tap away. Do you want a bag? There you go, sir. You're like, hang on a second, what? I've got to be there at 8:30 and I've got to deal with all these people and I've got to stay here till 5:30. Hang on a second, but I don't get to surf after work, or you just go, then you got to clean up after everybody. But to answer the question, yeah, I'd still rather be surfing. We might as well go and have a bit of a look, eh? Go and suss it. Little one just there. Maybe. Little double ups. Could have got that one all the way, hey? Look. Boom. Boom.
Known for its countercultural leanings and more recently as a hotspot for global tourism and global investment, the Byron Shire is also home to a wide variety of waves that cater to all abilities.
Yeah, look, I was lucky that, you know, Dad surfed and I got my first wave out here, actually on the inside, just in there. Got a photo, I think I was about 2.5 years old, so, you know, I guess I've been surfing this place for over 40 years, which is, it makes me feel old, man. You know, when I was a kid, there was no one around. You know, we had the whole inside. There was probably about 10 of us, 10 grommets. We had the entire inside to ourselves. And the old guys used to flick off at the rock there at Specky's, and then we'd go and we'd get the rest of the wave. So this pretty much turned me into the surfer that I am, I think, you know, with the way my style is, you know, kind of long, drawn-out turns. It barrels really good. It's a sucky little wave, so I learned how to ride a tube at a very, very young age. Bloke across the road from where I live, Barry Baxter, is a pro fisherman, and I used to jump across about 4:30 in the morning, throw my board in the back of the boat, jump in the back of the boat with him, and he'd drive me here. I'd be here at dark, and then just surf all day. So, yeah, I love this place. Look, 3 places I would have loved to surf. The Pass, because the sand's good, Broken Point, because the sand's good there, or Lennox. If I could get either one of those to be firing on its day, I'd be pretty happy.
With so many world-class options in the vicinity, Wilsey will be expecting to score and score big. After the break, we find out more about Wilsey's relationship with Byron Bay.
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space. So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020, one unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
Nothing like getting a freshie ready, eh? No matter how old you get, it never gets too old getting a new board on. Every time you pick up a whole new batch, there's always that same stoke, eh?
G'day, Danny, what are you doing?
Hey, Blake, just wet and dry finishing my surfboard.
Is that the boat you rode at Bondi?
No, it's not. It's just a board I'm getting ready for the tour.
You know, when you're a froth and grommet and you get a sponsor, still to this day you see kids just, you know, that stoked.
Sweet.
I've done it thousands of times, but you still get that stokes just there.
Pretty much since I left the tour, I've been riding size boards. These boards are, they're epic. Yeah, they're insane. No one's really riding standard shorties these days, hey, anymore. Like, I mean, look, this thing's 5'8", and that's my standard shorty, but when I was on the tour, I was riding 5'11s. I think as you get older, you want everything to feel really nice and good, and, you know, you kind of don't tack it probably as much as you used to. This will be the first surf in 3 weeks on new boards. No, I haven't surfed much. I've been carrying a hip injury, and workload and everything's just been through the roof, so every excuse under the sun, really, mate. I should have been surfing. Knowing this is coming up.
With one of the most clinical rail games of all time, Wilsey was always a winner with the surfing purists. Classical lines, savage carves and committed floaters were the hallmarks of his attack, which he honed to the point of perfection on the long-running, famously groomed walls of the North Coast. With the likes of top-flight competitive surfers Solly Bailey and acclaimed style master Torren Martin, just to name 2, Byron remains a hotbed of Australian surfing talent. Wherever they finish, the local board riders is always where they start.
Being a part of a board riders club is what it's all about as a, you know, an Australian young surfer. You know, it's like the clubbies. You know, like it's just that kind of family family spirit that you get, and you know, you get to know everybody, you get to know everyone in the community, and you know, especially if you're an aspiring young, you know, surfer that wants to be professional.
Here we go, the Byron Brains Trust. Super Coach Wilsey.
Danny's kind of like the hero of surfing for us in our town, and a massive inspiration to myself and a lot of other Groms, and still is today. He's still lighting up waves here, there and everywhere, and yeah, it's good fun always getting to surf with him and take a little bit of knowledge off him from the board riders clubs and getting to hang out with them.
That's a proper good wave.
Oh! Each year, Australia's best board riding clubs come together to battle it out for the title of the nation's top club. The likes of Solly Bailey and former tour vet Kieran Perro in their ranks, and Wilsey as coach, Byron is always a threat, though they're still yet to make a final.
You know, you can be the best surfers in the world, but you put them under that kind of pressure, and that's the kind of pressure that makes you crumble.
Here we go, big driving bottom turn, and overcooks it. Oh no, look at Wilsey. I don't think he's worked out that he only gets the one wave. But he's got to come in, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we lose 5 points. You're only allowed to catch one wave. That's so hectic. Oh!
It's interesting, you know, when you do the tour and it's all just on you, you don't feel that pressure and those nerves that you get when you compete for your club. But you put yourself into that and you've got 8 minutes to get in and out of the box, get 1 or 2 waves, and not let your team down. Joel Parker, Kelly Slater, you put whoever, you know, Mick Fanning, you put that weight on their shoulders, and I'm telling you right now, they'll all say they feel it. Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know I couldn't catch 2 waves, but anyway. Oh, sorry boys if I messed it up for everyone.
I think you gave Wilsey a heart attack on the beach.
He's probably going to strangle me tonight. No dinner for me.
Oh, mate. Oh, my goodness.
Wilsey might have been filthy with Solly's howler at the board riders battle this year, but let's see if the carving dynamo can keep it together for his rivals heat.
The swell drops over the next few days. I don't know. I was kind of expecting it to be sort of a bit overhead, but it doesn't really look like it. Oh, it's a slab down there then. I just missed that last swell that we had here, which was apparently all time out here for a few days. I've heard from some solid crew that it was proper pumping, so I missed it. Anyway. It'll be more organised as that tide starts to fill in. As long as we get it in that nice time before. So if we sort of get back here by the time at like maybe half an hour after low or something.
Point breaks rely on a temperamental combination of sand, tide and swell direction. After the break, we find out whether Wilsey's decision to wait pays off.
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space. So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020, one unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
Byron Bay, home to some of Australia's best beaches, most beautiful people and least washed backpackers. It's got everything from drum circles and dance parties to world-class wedding venues, mind-boggling bushwalks, whale watching and much more. One of the world's great melting pots. In his prime, Wilsey was the head-down, hard-training picture of surfing professionalism. That work ethic has transcended his surfing career and now finds a place in his new passion as a triathlete.
My goal is to be one of the fittest 45-year-olds in the world, so that's where I want to be. So that gives myself a challenge. I need I need a goal. So I've given myself that goal. I want to qualify for Kona in 12 months, you know. If it takes me 2 years, it takes me 2 years. Whatever, I'll get there. Try and ride at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5. I normally do
a Monday and a Wednesday and Friday with a mate. Try and have a big ride on a Saturday or a big ride on a Sunday, depending on whether I'm working or not. So you kind of like build through the week. So I might do 40 on Monday, you know, 50 or 60 Wednesday, give or take. Same thing Friday, and then maybe do like anywhere from 80 through to 120 on a Saturday or Sunday. Triathlons. Call me crazy.
I did this challenge last year with Matty Rogers. It's a charity for ASD kids thing called Maxing Out, where they take like 3 athletes and they give you like 12 weeks to train for a long distance try, which is crazy to think, you know, people build up like a year or 2 years in order to get this stuff done. But they gave us, you know, like we had a bunch of support. They gave us all the equipment. The fact that gave us the frames and stuff, and then Shran gave us the running gear. And they gave us the race wheels as well. So I drop these on, put your disc on when you race. So light, it's just a weapon. So that's just what I'll do. Most of them are riding on and smash up the hills. Just super light, stiff. And then when it's raining, or if I want to just grind out and just absolutely smash myself, I jump on this, so it's a wiper kicker. I like riding around New York and that too sometimes, it's good fun. Sweat and puddles. It's like the ultimate pain cave. I just feel that like what I got out of doing that with Matty and Maxing Out Challenge was just the mental strength that I got from that was just insane. Yeah, as a competitor, I was mentally strong anyway, but it just took it to a whole nother level of actually what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. It's quite unreal. So, and when your body follows, it's a pretty insane thing, because your body's exhausted, like, and it's hurting from top to toe, you know, and you're telling it, like, no, you're not done yet, like, you know, but it's telling you, yeah, I'm done. Like, you know, you're vomiting and you're buckled, but you're like, nah, it's all here. You got to get up, get your shit sorted and keep going, mate. I just feel it's just made me a much stronger person.
Out of the leotards and into the lineup. After the break, you see if the oldest competitor in Rivals still has what it takes.
Willsy will be on some sick waves, and the little Chucky doll will be hard to beat.
Hopefully he has a great little session down there and we get to see some old Willsy turns.
What do you got, Willsy? What do you got?
We're living in the present, but dreaming of the future. You've dreamed of places you'll go, new adventures, space. So you can't travel the world right now. So what? New South Wales is here for you. The time's coming when we'll all reboot 2020, one unforgettable experience at a time. Until then, love New South Wales from home.
With only a week to go in the waiting period, Willsy is forced to pull the trigger in less than pumping conditions. It's 3 to 4 foot with plenty of crowd on it, but there's long rippable rights, and that's all Willsy needs to get psyched.
What do? Chase barrels and turns and chase perfect waves, or kind of like surf stuff that you would like to enjoy surfing? Which is, you know, if I was going to go for surf anyway, I'd go for free surf now, so I'm sure in 2 hours you're going to get 3 good ones. There's something wrong if you didn't. We'll see. We never know. Might get 3 ones.
Go on, Willsy, get in, son.
Don't miss me waves.
Yeah, righto. Have a bit of faith in the production team, Willsy. You can't imagine how many times he's done this walk before. No one knows Broken Head as well as Willsy, and many say no one surfs it better. Wave number 1, a shoulder high right. Willsy opens up with a foam climb. Trying to find a section here. This looks nice. Zap, big Rio. Another vertical hit. Smooth roundhouse cutty onto the foam. Rail to rail, that is signature surfing from Willsy. As we see a replay, here's the wrap. Doesn't skip a beat, does he? Here goes Willsy. Working his way down the line. Big hit on that section. That was sick. Great connecting manoeuvre. You carve out of the top. Keeping that speed through the turn. That was a huge vertical hit. Another carve. closeout float. It's seamless rail surfing, isn't it? Great to watch. The tide's filling in and it's looking pretty slow. If there's any opportunity, Willsy's gonna find it at his local. Willsy winding up off the bottom. Big turn out of the top. Nice wrapping manoeuvre to follow it up. Heaps of speed here. Wow, just slapped that thing into the heavens. Straight into another sick wrap. This is a great angle. Look at that classical technique, low center of gravity, and just smashing it, getting the fins out. We're an hour in and it's been a solid showing from Willsy despite the conditions not really coming to the party. He might be 44 years old, but he's in supreme nick for the oldest competitor in the rival series. A surfer as solid on rail as he was in his prime was always going to age well. It's been a pretty vintage performance so far, but he'll need to do more if he wants to take out this series. Willsy winding up. I love that little wiggle to get himself started. Nice turn out of the top. Oh, that was a sick carve. Little tail slide at the end there. Wow, he just belted that section. Oh, what's this? The tide's filled in and it looks like the production team could be stuck between a rock and a hard place here. That's Tangle Strickland. It looks like he might have panicked. And oh no! Oh, that's terrible. Oh, he's gone straight in the drink. Let's have a look at the replay and see where it all went wrong. Yep, classic error, failing to identify the brown moss on the rock, a lack of traction on his bottom of the range skate shoes, and there goes thousands of dollars of electronic equipment into the drink. Let's just hope they didn't miss one of Willsy's waves. Alright boys, come on, get it together. Looks like Willsy's got one more left in him. Slashing manoeuvre to open up this ride. Straight into a vertical re-entry. He's searching, he's working hard, Willsy. What's this wave going to provide for him? Big closeout belt, that was sick. Let's see a replay of that end section belt. That's a wrap. Willsy's done for the day. Remember, you're the judge, so head to mysurf.tv to have your say. Let's have a look at Willsy's top three. Willsy opens up his account from halfway down the point. Bottom turn into a vertical re-entry. He's got to work hard on this one, it's not offering a lot. Check turns, straight into a Rio. Plenty of flow, another re-entry. Straight into a wrapping manoeuvre. Wave number 2. And a stilted start to open up. And finds a bit of speed down the line. That was a great connecting manoeuvre. Sick wrap. Just keeping that board moving, keeping the speed going. That was a huge Rio, that was sick. Nice little wrap on the end and a little closeout float. Wave number 3, late takeoff, bottom turns. Oh, that was a sick top turn. Nice wrapping manoeuvre to follow it up. Heaps of speed here. Wow, just slap that thing into the heavens. Straight into another sick wrap. Yeah, that's more like it. That's vintage Willsy right there. Speed, power and flow, rail to rail, signature carving attack from the Byron native.
The forecast, like all forecasts, they never stick to the guns, you know. Like it was saying it was going to back off the wind but actually increase. So any day of the week I would have gone for a free surf out there for a few hours. So it's like, you know, that was all right. Good to do a couple of turns again. Future for me, I've got that focus around doing Ironman and long distance tries, and I want to stay nice and fit and healthy, strong, surf heaps. The next couple of years will be a lot of hard work and a lot of training.
That's a wrap for Willsy. Next week we head to the south coast with the Tathra Tube Pig, Kai Otten.